What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here to talk about the pound for pound top 15 blockheads of the UFC right now. I feel this is extremely topical based on what happened over the weekend. Diego Lopes sliming out Gene Silva with a spinning elbow. This guy is one of the biggest goats of the blockhead discussion. Of course, we had the tier list about a year ago. But you guys seem to really enjoy my pound for pound videos where I rank fighters in the top 15 of a certain category. So today we are doing number 15 through number 1 in terms of who is the pound for pound best blockheads right now. We're going to be talking about how much of a marauder they are, how aggressive they are, the actual shape of their fucking skull. That's got to be a big consideration. And I feel all of these things combined on top of their, of course, you know, other things we need to talk about, I guess, like achievements and fucking wins and things like that. That's going to play a factor in these rankings. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. You guys seem to enjoy the blockhead discussion. So I think now is a great time to look at the pound for pound top 15 biggest blockheads. Coming in at number 15, Jang Mingyang. I mean, take a fucking look at this guy. Take a fucking gaze at this guy. Take a fucking gaze at this bloke, mate. The shape of this guy's fucking head. Yeah, Jang Mingyang, this guy belongs in the pound for pound top 15 easily. He is a ranked light heavyweight. He literally looks like he ate a fucking PS5. Like, bro literally looks like he's trying to fucking walk out of Walmart with a PS5 in his mouth. So I think that Jang Mingyang definitely fits this category in terms of his physical appearance and whatnot. But also, I think it is the fact that he only knows how to win by round 1 back of the head elbows, basically. Like, he's either sleeping you with a fucking hook in the pocket, or otherwise he's not trying to go to round 2. He doesn't check kicks. He doesn't grapple. He just goes out there and bombs overhands in the pocket. And I really fuck with that, and I really respect that as a fellow blockhead myself. So I have to give Jang Mingyang a shout out here. We're going to put him in at number 15 because he's ranked quite low. He's coming off a loss, but he definitely fits the description. And I think the fighting style matches up to being a high-class blockhead. You know, we've got some low-class ones in the UFC. This guy's a future superstar of this discussion. He belongs here. I believe I had him S tier on the tier list. So yeah, shout out Jang Mingyang. Let's move on to number 14 on this esteemed pound-for-pound list. We gotta put fucking Roman the Caveman Dolidze. I talked about him in the worst contenders. And the things that make him so bad also make him so lovable. He genuinely has a fucking Minecraft dirt block for a head. Marvin Vettori, step aside. We found your replacement. Right? The way that Grant Dawson will be replacing Islam Makhachev at lightweight. Roman Dolidze will be replacing Marvin Vettori as the blocky caveman orc rage fucking contender that's going to lose to anybody that's going to fight for the belt. That is what Roman Dolidze does in this ecosystem, and he belongs on this list not only for the fact that he grunts like a fucking caveman and swings punches in 0.25 speed. Not only that, not only do I put him here for the fact that his defense is to just stare at you fucking angrily wearing a cool hat, but also, like I said, the head shape is a big factor. The need to just explore mountains every time this guy's on embedded, and when this guy's on embedded, you know a pay-per-view is fucked. Can I just say that, bro? Like, bro, am I wrong? If you go on an embedded series and one of the highlighted segments is going to be Roman Dolidze, you know that card is dog shit, bro. If they have to give this fucking guy screen time on embedded, just, I am walking through the mountains. Yes, I'm very excited for my fight. I'm very excited. You know the card is fucking dog water, and I think that Roman Dolidze fits the description of a pound-for-pound blockhead. He's not super effective. He is dangerous with the hands. He does have jiu-jitsu, which I think knocks him down a couple of pegs because he's not running at you. He is actually trying to think a little bit, but at the same time, I'm not going to dock you points for being technical. I think that Roman Dolidze fits that 14 spot. He's not super good. He's not a straight out running at you type marauder. He's got characteristics of a high level blockhead, big power, big fluky power, obviously the square hairline, hair transplant build, and the caveman brain. So we're going to put Roman at number 14. I think he's a solid contender, and the big meaty calf kicks as well. That's another factor to consider. Coming in at number 13, this guy narrowly avoided being in my last pound for pound list, but today I get to give him his moment in the sun. Benoit Saint-Denis. Look at the fucking shape of this guy's head. It's like a pea head and a blockhead combined. He looks like a Muppet, dude. Like when they close their hands and if you get a sock puppet right now, just get one and close your hand fully. That is what this guy looks like. He looks like Kermit the Frog, dude. And I'm allowed to make fun of people, dude, because, I can take it as good as I can dish it. Okay? And there is nothing else to say besides the fact that Benoit Saint-Denis is a fucking marauder. He's coming at you with the blockhead mentality. He's the most aggressive blockhead in the UFC besides maybe a Pantoja or Merab, who we'll talk about soon. And he is a straight up fluke or be fluked fighter. He's either getting chinned or he's going to just walk you down with his fucking pitter-patter elbows and his head kicks and his big meaty body kick to the arms. And I think that the way that he shoots takedowns just summarizes like a blockhead if it was an NPC character in a video game, where it's just no finesse. I'm coming to get you. I'm me see fighter, me destroy fight. That's literally what's going on in BSD's brain. He is a certified borderline top 10. Like, he's near the top 10. I think if he racks up a couple of wins, this guy's a top 10 blockhead in the UFC. Right now, we're going to be modest, and we're going to put him in at number 13. I think that's pretty reasonable considering he had a couple of losses, but he's bounced back, and we're looking to see what else he can do in this division. We'll put him at number 13. Coming in at number 12, kind of a more advanced model of the Roman Dolidze build. So kind of a caveman, little bit of a fucking, situation where I feel like if you looked in their brain, you'd just see marbles rolling around. We're going to put Brendan Allen at number 12. Bro, am I wrong? I feel like Brendan Allen genuinely has the monkey in his head, like, just clapping when he's in the cage. He's not thinking about anything. He's just got marbles rolling around in there, dude. And that, to me, is a good thing if you're a blockhead. Brendan Allen is just going out there to get in a scrap with you, dude. And I feel like you look at the head shape of this guy, certified blockhead. Looks like the fucking Easter Island thing that Alex Pereira, represents. But what it comes down to is not just head shape. Like, all of these guys are blockheads. There's guys with blockier heads that are not on this tier list, like Ilya Topuria. Because it comes down to the mentality, and it comes down to the fighting style. And Brendan Allen, if he's beating you on the feet, he's going to shoot a fucking takedown and sniff the canvas. If he's out-grappling you, he will try and box with you. That is what it's all about. This is what he does. It's illegal, alien. That is what it means to be a true blockhead. So, for me, yes, I'm impressed by, Roman Dolidze standing around at range menacingly, but Brendan Allen, he's not just standing around absorbing punches. He's making it actively harder for himself to win by choosing the wrong things to do. And that, to me, that is what puts you in the upper echelon, like a BSD, who's shooting the telegraph takedowns, who's winging the big fucking hooks in pocket. That, to me, summarizes blockhead mentality as I'm just going to tank this shit. I'm coming to get you. Obviously, at the top of this list, we will have some fighters that do have some skills as well. But this is a good spot for Brendan Allen. We're going to put him in at number 12 in the pound for pound list. Coming in at number 11, definitely the most skillful guy so far by a fucking country mile. SYD. Shout out SYD, man. Song Yadong, he belongs here. Look at the fucking shape of this guy's head, man. This is what I'm talking about, dude. And Song Yadong, he's kind of another guy that, he has all the tools to be actually a really good fighter. I feel like he does have championship potential within him. But for whatever reason, he is just determined to go out there and just swing fucking hooks in the pocket, gas himself out, try and fucking lose via eye poke DQ against it. Listen, guys. Listen, dude. Dude, Song Yadong, dude, he's trying to make me fucking see like him, man. Listen, dude. Seriously, dude. But listen, all jokes aside, Song Yadong, blockhead, can take a fucking big punch to the head, swinging hooks in the pocket, emoting, trying to get in a scrap. Doesn't matter if he's got an advantage over you. He's going to be smiling. He's going to be scrapping. And that is also part of the blockhead mentality is I'm not going to consider the possibility of getting chinned. right? I'm just going to do my thing. And if the crowd is cheering, I'm just going to keep doing it. Sometimes it's the wrong thing. If I want to do it, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to do it. I don't care. I can take the shots because I have a cube for a brain. So Song Yadong, I think he's the most skillful guy, and that's going to push him up to that number 11 spot, where once you get to the top 10 of the pound for pound blockheads, you have the skills and you have the blockhead mentality and you have the blockhead attributes and you have the build. That is where you put them all together and you become a truly elite talent in this conversation. Song Yadong, you are borderline top 10 blockheads. You are nearly there, my friend. You got to shoot a couple more shitty takedowns, bro. You got to spam a little bit more on the feet. You got to emote a little bit more to go in that top 10, but you are close, brother. We will put you in at number 11. So now, like I said, when we get to the top 10, this is where I'm talking about, listen, these guys are actually good, right? This is also based on how I would actually rank them pound for pound, but these are the true. They're going in there. They're square. They're built like a fucking iron golem. You're going down or they're going down. They're emoting on you. They're walking through your punches. They're swinging hooks in the pocket. They don't give a fuck. They just maraud you, right? And this is where, you know, they have a little bit of marauder traits, but mainly it is the blockhead that carries them. It's the chin on top of their skill set, right? That's what I define as top 10. So coming in at number 10, Sergey Pavlovich. Look at the fucking build of this lad. It's not just the head. It's the entire fucking body, man. He's blocking out in ways we've never even seen before. And all jokes aside, this guy got to the top 3 of heavyweight. This guy was ranked and favored to beat Tom Aspinall 2 years ago, based solely on blockhead mentality of just walking you down, swinging hooks until you fall asleep. That is literally blockhead mentality. That is just walking you down with the hooks in the pocket. Sergey Pavlovich, he's built like a fucking fridge. He's built like Kelvin Gastelum, except like 20 pounds heavier. That's the only real difference between him and Gastelum. He's got hands, he's got speed, he can defend takedowns, and he can take a fucking punch, man. Like Aspinall putting him out. I was worried to see if he would become chinny, but I do think Pavlovich has a pretty solid chin. He does have a straight up cubic dome on the top of his fucking body. And like I said, it's the whole build, it's the fighting style, it's the fact that he literally has nothing to say. He just kind of has a little smile. Maybe he'll go gambling, he'll drink a beer or two, and then he'll just come in and try and chin you. So Sergey Pavlovich, on top of the ranked wins that he has, he is a, without a doubt, top 10 blockhead right now in the UFC in terms of the mixture of skills and the physical and you know, mental attributes of a blockhead. Coming in at number 9, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Where is he? We do not fucking know, but you see, I've gone out there and I nearly beat the boogeyman. I put him on the sidelines for an entire year. Everyone said he was going to beat me, and you've seen how that fucking went for him. Ian Gowrie swears he did something. But Shavkat Rakhmonov, he did do one thing against Shavkat, and I think he made him a little bit more technical and made him a little bit more crafty, because before the Ian Gowrie fight, I feel like Shavkat Rakhmonov would be considered a top 5, like, blockhead. I feel like he's the type of guy to just walk through your shit and force whatever cool submission he wants to do. Obviously, he had the standing racism choke against Jeff Neal back in the day. And then a year later, he came back and beat Wonder Boy. That was a super impressive win. Then a year later, he came back and beat Ian Gowrie by 48-47 decision on short notice. And since then, he's waiting to come back in December. He thinks he's getting a title shot. He's not. Shavkat is a goated blockhead. He's got the build. He's got the durability. He's got the lack of defense, which I think is another factor. Like, if you're really good, but you don't care about defense, or you don't have defense and you just want to force cool shit on them, that is blockhead mentality. So Shavkat Rakhmonov, for the, you know, the big meaty jab, the knees to the body, you know, walking through the punches of Jeff Neal, running at Wonder Boy to take him down. I think that Shavkat Rakhmonov belongs in the pound for pound top 10. I'm going to put him at number 9, okay? Coming in at number 8, and this is so, oh, dude, it feels so good to put this guy in the pound for pound top 15. It's low-key giving me butterflies just thinking about it, dude. I can't wait for him to be on the real pound for pound top 15. Joshua Van, dude. Joshua Van's coming for the fucking belt, baby. The only man that I think can out-blockhead Alexandre Pantoja is Joshua Van. You have to realize sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, dude. And there's no denying that Alexandre Pantoja, he will be in the top 5 of this blockhead, top 15. But Joshua Van, I think he has the similar kind of build and head structure, except he can really box, dude. Like, he's willing to take punches to get after you and rip you to the body. And once he's walked through your punches, he is actually really fucking good. And beating Brandon Royval via pure blockhead mentality, in my opinion, like, not even really trying to avoid the 1-2 or anything of Royval, just, okay, that was a cool 1-2, let me rip some body shots, let me land my cool shit, let me oblique kick you real quick. Joshua Van, I think in terms of the build, being a flyweight, he's going to have some of that lighter man skill in the blockhead division. I feel like when you look at the shape of this guy's head, he reminds me of the guy that people wanted to be Steve in the Minecraft movie. You know, the fucking dude in his van that just reacts to comments about, like, looking like he's eating a fucking block of cheese or something. You know what I mean? That blocky fucking angry dude. That is Joshua Van, and he's running through the flyweight division, and I feel like he's going to put up a really good fight against Pantoja. Even if he loses, I feel like he's going to show the blockhead mentality against Pantoja that he really hasn't seen before. He's been fighting fucking, me, Kai Kara France, Kaya Sakura. None of these guys have the same build, the same head structure, the same mentality of a guy like Joshua Van, and I think that's going to be a huge factor. Joshua Van will put him in at number 8 on the pound-for-pound list. Coming in at number 7, most of these guys, I'm not going to lie, they come from the middleweight division, the lightweight division, and, that featherweight, bantamweight, division, okay? Coming in next at number 7, I believe, Reinier Derrida. He's got a little bit of curvature to the top of his head. I think sometimes that can be misleading, but make no mistake, this is like a rectangular head. And that, to me, classifies as more of a blockhead. Like, you look at Robert Whittaker, Anthony Hernandez, Bo Nickel, they have just a normal shaped head. Reinier Derrida is a little bit more blocky, he's a little bit more stocky. He's definitely got that fucking Enderman build from Minecraft, and I think that is a big factor in why he's so physical and so successful, because the physicality is there, right? He just walks through your shit. He doesn't care about what the fuck you're trying to do. He's just gonna grab a hold of you, wrap you up, spam little punches and knees to the body. And I think that, to me, is like a technical blockhead mentality, right? He's willing to eat shots, but he's also trying to kind of seep at your gas tank and melt you a little bit. It's a new variation on this classic staple of MMA that I really enjoy seeing, and it's very high level, and I think that he does have good grappling, but a lot of the stuff that he does, I feel like the physicality is what makes it so effective, and the chin is insane on this fucking guy. He simultaneously seems chinny, but also unchinnable, and, I mean, that puts you in this top 15. He's kind of an anomaly. He's something we've never seen before at this level of the blockhead game. I'm honored to add Reinier Derrida to this pound-for-pound top 15. But now we're talking about the big dogs, okay? The top 6, these are solid locks. Nobody's coming for them in terms of their ability to absorb shots, walk through punches, get in a fucking fight where they're emoting, they're just letting shit fly, they're just doing whatever they want, they're just walking through you. These are the top 6 pound-for-pound easily. Coming in at number 6, hey! Rufus Justin Gaethje. I mean, he's kind of stepped back a little bit from the blockhead lifestyle, and I think that's why I'm going to put him at number 6, because he really doesn't fight like that anymore, right? Like, he actually does try and be technical. He tries to use a jab a little bit, and I was disappointed to see Diego Lopes jabbing over the weekend. I think that kind of takes away from the blockhead game of you, and that kind of strips you from being a top 3, potentially top 4 talent. But Justin Gaethje, he's going to be a staple of this list always. We're going to put him in at number 6 because he's still willing to get in the pocket and just slug some fucking uppercuts, slug some hooks. I remember the leg kicks. It almost just seems like he's like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, I'm going to leg kick you. He winds it up from halfway across the cage. You still can't do shit about it. And his takedown defense is to just spaz out until he gets back up to the feet, and then he can keep punching you. So Justin Gaethje, to me, the grunting, the head shape, the mentality, the way that he fights, Justin Gaethje, Hall of Fame blockhead in his prime. Right now, we'll sneak him in at number 6. I think he's definitely declined a little bit in terms of his ability to maraud people and his ability to just throw away technique, ignore technique, and just tank damage. He does kind of fight a little bit more tactically, okay? Coming in at number 5, though, Diego Lopes. Borderline top 4. I thought about putting him number 3. But I feel like, yes, physically, he is probably the straight-up blockiest individual in the UFC besides Jang Mingyang. Like, I feel like he's definitely top 3 in terms of just pure build blockhead, right? And he walks through punches. He doesn't move his head. He doesn't give a fuck. He's coming to get you. And I feel like that, to me, summarizes exactly what this build means, right? You're walking through shit. You're not really worried about defense. You're just worried about what you're trying to do. You kind of just ignore punches if they're not knocking you out, which is just fucking amazing to watch. And Diego Lopes, he said his game plan against Gene Silva was to let him hit him so that he could chin him. So if that doesn't summarize this guy, I don't know what does. We've got the build. We've got the fucking haircut. We've got the lack of defense. We've got the big slugging fucking punches in the pocket. Yeah, Diego Lopes to me is a top 5 future Hall of Fame level blockhead. There's no doubt about it. This guy will be fighting for a BMF belt within the next 3 years. Mark my fucking words, he'll be fighting for a BMF belt in the next 3 years. Coming in at number 4, speaking of which, Max, hey, listen, buddy, it is what it is, brother. Holloway. Look at the fucking head, bro. I feel like once you actually take in the build of Max Holloway, you realize that this is the most powerful, evolved version of the O'Malley gonk draw. You know how O'Malley looks like one of those, Roger. He has that kind of build. Max Holloway is the completed version of that. He has more muscle. He's more square in terms of his head shape. He looks like one of those, again, one of those Easter Island kind of decorations. And the ears do not help whatsoever. The nose does not help whatsoever. And the fighting style just completely summarizes it. Max Holloway's walking you down, emoting, spamming punches, eating big shots, clapping in front of you. He has backed off it a tiny little bit, like not too much where he's like a Gaethje where he's changed his style, but he's evolved in terms of defense just a tiny little bit because his chin's gotten a little bit worse, which also docks him some points. But at his core, in his heart, Max Holloway was born to be a Hall of Fame level blockhead. He has achieved that in the UFC. He's still currently achieving that. I still think he's the best lightweight contender right now. Honestly, I think he's still the best guy that can fight Ilia Topuria in terms of the best chance to beat him, in my opinion. So I have to put Max high pound for pound, and also in terms of his blockheadery, you gotta fucking put him here in that top 4. Coming in at number 3, mate, I didn't say I'm pound for pound better than Max, bro. I just said I'm more of a marauder, bro. Two totally different things. Dricus du Plessis, come on, man. Come on, man. He's a very I never see Dricus in these conversations. I feel like when I started this whole thing, I never see Dricus get thrown in the same level as a Diego Lopes or a Justin Gaethje. Even Charles Oliveira, he's a very honorable mention. Arguably, I could have put him on this list, but I didn't want to disrespect him because I feel like he has more of a moon-shaped head. He's not really blocky in terms of his appearance. It's just his fighting style. He's more of a marauder, in my opinion. Dricus du Plessis is a blockhead and a marauder. And the fact that his defense is... Bro, just ignore what they're doing and just try and get them, bro. Just come with everything you have to try and finish them, bro. It doesn't matter what they're throwing. If they're a weight class above you or whatever it is, bro. Just come straight to their punches all over them, bro. That is Dricus's mentality, and he really means that shit. He's throwing punches like I said, like an evolved level white belt, like a 99 overall white belt that's coming in with the fucking 4-ounce gloves to sparring day. That is Dricus du Plessis' game. And to me, when you pair that straight up, the mentality that he has, the build, the chin, the fucking brick nature of this individual, on top of the actual pound for pound achievements that he's had, and I think the proof of how effective the blockhead nature of DDP is the fucking the Adesanya fights and the Strickland fight. The Adesanya fight and the Strickland fights just summarizes blockhead mentality versus, actually, your foot is supposed to be on the outside of my foot. Like, that just summarizes how effective a blockhead can really be against a beakers and test tube type fighter. So, to me, Dricus du Plessis is at the forefront of something like this. He belongs in the pound for pound top 3, but there are two kings right now in terms of the blockheads in the UFC. You know who they are. I work so hard for this. I'm putting Pantoja at number 2. He walks through midget, like, flyweight killers shots. He spams takedowns, like, he whips around on the back. He somehow outstrikes them. He looks like he's gassed out, but then just randomly finishes them. You literally can't do shit to Pantoja. Like, I don't know how Joshua Van's actually going to beat him. If he does, I'm just kind of throwing up a prayer like, Joshua Van by vibes. Joshua Van, please win, bro. You know, maybe he can win a decision, but Pantoja has elite level cardio, pure blockhead chin, walks you down, gasses out, but still has more energy than you. He's a fucking anomaly. He is number 2. But number 1, the GOAT of the blockhead mentality, the GOAT of the blockhead build. Hey guys, I'm so happy. I'm pound for pound number 1, guys. And guys, I'm gonna get all takedowns defended by Corey Sandhagen, but it's gonna be a great fight. I think Merab's gonna absolutely fucking smoke Corey Sandhagen, by the way. Obviously, you guys know that Merab is the king of the blockheads. He can walk through your biggest punches. He's emoting on you. He's spamming takedowns. He doesn't get tired. He randomly outstrikes you. It doesn't matter what you do. Merab is going to fucking mog you because he's a little Georgian fucking orc that can climb a mountain with his bare hands. That, to me, is the GOAT blockhead mentality of just, I'm going to run at Sean O'Malley and emote and then take him down and beat the fuck out of him. You know what I mean? Everyone else approaches these fights so differently. Merab's just, yeah, I punch him and I kicked him and I get takedowns as well and hit defend and I keep shooting takedown. There's nothing to it. It's just Merab keeps going until he wins. And I think he's going to fucking destroy Corey Sandhagen. Like I said in that video I made a couple weeks ago, I'll probably make another one. Easy money. Free money, yeah? But the reason I think that is because people just overthink these matchups so much. And I feel like Corey Sandhagen, to me, Merab versus Sandhagen reminds me of Kai Kara-France versus Pantoja, where it's like, I don't know, man. Kai Kara-France, I got a feeling, dude. He's going to stuff the takedowns, dude. He's got good takedown, dude. It's like Corey Sandhagen literally just lost to Umar. Pretty fucking convincingly. He beat Davison Figueiredo, who doesn't fight anything like Merab whatsoever, via finish. And it was a good performance, bouncing back from his loss. I just think that Merab is going to piece him up on the feet randomly, look tired in 2 seconds, and then take him down and get a submission or just a dominant decision. But regardless of that, to me, Merab is the GOAT of the blockheads. He has the pound-for-pound level achievements. He has the straight-up build mentality fighting style. He is the ultimate Hall of Fame blockhead. But let me know down below, who is your favorite? Did I miss anybody? Let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.